Well, now if you go to the crypto space, you see complete loss of faith or belief in an altcoin season that would ever happen. You'll see this everywhere on YouTube now. Big crypto influencers on Twitter and YouTube are in complete disbelief or completely lost faith in the altcoin season. We've seen this basically happen previously in 2021, where right before the altcoin season, we've seen a complete disbelief. And it's completely understandable, because if you come back and look at these altcoins or big altcoins that big influencers were very bullish on, like Popcat, for example, is down 90% or 91% this far. And if you even see coins like Cardano, which never came back to their previous 2021 all-time highs, you would understand that why people are in complete disbelief today. And one reason I believe that we have this major shakeout today in the market is a lot of people were expecting April and February, basically February, March, and April to be the exit pump. As a lot of people are drawing conclusions from 2021, where April was the peak of the altcoin season, which still could happen. But if everybody's expecting April to be the exit pump, then it will not happen. And the only way for this to happen is that if people completely give up on the idea that we're going to have an altcoin season. So that's how the market works. The market cannot, and I repeat, the market cannot give people confidence and make them feel that they are about to get rich or make them actually get rich. So the market really needs to shake people out and make them believe something different from what it is actually gonna do. So just a few months ago, back in December, back in November, I do remember a lot of people on my Discord, as well as everywhere on the internet, basically everyone was expecting April to be the exit pump. Now, not so much today because of what's happening. You see now that people are losing faith, and I hope you are not, but people are actually losing faith and losing that belief that we're going to have an altcoin season ever. So what are the chances that people are now selling the lows and capitulating here and selling off their altcoins right before an actual major altcoin season? Well, probably most of the people are doing that today. Let's look at what's actually happening behind the scenes. So what's happening behind the scenes is just a few days ago, so on the 4th of February this month, the ETH ETFs, BlackRock alone, which is the ETH ticker, BlackRock, bought $276 million worth of Ethereum. And this was basically the highest daily inflow on ETH. And you can see this clearly now if we go back to this graph here below. So here you see this in a graph, and you can see clearly that 4th of February was the highest inflows, the highest ETH inflows by BlackRock and other ETF providers, but BlackRock was the biggest, largest buyer, while the crypto space now is completely in disbelief, is lost completely faith in the altcoin season. Well, we're seeing BlackRock buying or having the biggest, largest day ever, where they buy ETH, Ethereum ETF. So ETH is an altcoin. So if ETH is pumping, that also triggers an altcoin season. Regardless of what's happening in the market today, we need ETH to start pumping. So who is buying ETH today? Today, BlackRock and Trump World Liberty Fund is buying ETH, which is an altcoin, while everybody else is calling for no altcoin season. You cannot make this up. While, as I said, if everybody's expecting an altcoin season, the chances of it happening are very low. And that was my concern back in the days when I saw everybody talking about or calling for April to be exactly like the 2021 season, where everybody is gonna ride into the sunset happily ever after, wait for April, sell in April, or sell in May and go away. If everybody was expecting that, then it will not happen. But since now nobody's expecting it, the chances of it actually happening are very high now. So keep that in mind. That is very, very important for an actual altcoin season to happen, is that we need the market to believe that it will not happen. That is key to today's market. Now, we know that for a fact that the market is in complete disbelief as well by looking at the fear and greed index. Now it's at 35 today. The screenshot I just took today from CoinMarketCap. Now each time we go to that lower band here, so this was also August or September low. Each time we go there, this is September 2023. Each time we go there, we see a major hype up and a rally. So also whenever we go to extreme greed, this was March of 2024. So if we go back to total tree, which shows us basically the altcoin season tracker here, you can see this was also April, March of 2020. If you go as well to Pepe here, a large meme coin, March 2020, you see this massive run up here. This was exactly when the fear and greed index was going to that extreme levels. Recently, we've seen extreme greed after Trump won the elections, and the speculation around it started to pick up, and we've seen this recent altcoin season. Now we're in extreme fear. That tells me that again the market has cooled off enough and reached those levels where now we are pretty much at the bottom of the bottom. But let's look at other things like Ethereum, which Ethereum recently seen that major recent capitulation here, which now we're still in the weekly candles. Now we would like this to close at least how it looks like today with the massive wick, which shows us that there is still a very strong momentum here, or very strong absorption by the market demand, which clearly is shown by the ETFs alone absorbing so much of that sell-off, as well as whales that we don't even know exist are buying probably today alongside BlackRock and Trump or Libertify. We're seeing this candle here. Now, whenever ETH as well sees a sell-off, it does range for a while. This is where it comes down to how long will this range last. Now, personally, I do believe now we're going to see a major reversal back to the upside. And that is clear today if you just look at BlackRock alone. This BlackRock is not going to be our exit liquidity. They are not going to do that. Whales are buying today from the weak hands that are freaking out, listening to whatever the market's hot meal of the day is, while the whales are buying. So the likelihood of actually Ethereum breaking above 4K and actually riding to all-time highs is very high. But the point is, when will this happen? Whenever we see this a massive sell-off on Ethereum, it drags the market with it down, but also it keeps ranging for a while. Now we've seen this range here. We most likely see something similar playing out. I do think it's going to be shorter this time. It depends how the weekly candle is going to close, but if we see a bullish weekly candle close, it is going to last less than previously here. The point is, we are likely to see this ranging for a little while here, maybe a few more weeks. Now, what we're really expecting here is the rate cuts, or at least some sort of hopes into some rate cuts coming in. Now, we have Friday tomorrow. We have the hourly earnings, the non-farm employment change, and unemployment rates. Those affect the Fed's decision into either cutting rates or not. And the market does price those things up if they do happen. But regardless, Friday could be the catalyst, or a small catalyst, let's say, to start seeing some sort of a strong consolidation, if not a reversal here on Ethereum. Mind you, it's very important for us to see this, to see an altcoin season. Basically, we need Ethereum to break out and start rallying. Now, funny enough, last time as well, when it sold off, we had a CME gap. Now, in the CME futures, usually these gaps, they do get filled. Now, if we go to the daily, we've seen that this recent rally, that this recent drop on Ethereum left a gap. So usually those gaps, they get filled on Bitcoin as well as on ETH. And this gap now is sitting right around 3K for Ethereum. And last time we seen the same thing here. When you see this gap, we had a gap as well here, which as well, funny enough, some forms that resistance where we kind of range below it for a while before breaking out. As you can see now, we could see the same thing playing out. If we just mark those levels here, you see this box here, we stayed below that level, which was the CME gap. We might do as well the same thing right around or below 3K. So if we go back to the daily, the gap is right around 3k, so we might see the price of ETH just fluctuates here or go up and down, accumulates before a major rally. And we know who is accumulating here. It's basically BlackRock, World Libertify, and large institutions are buying Ethereum, which means we're gonna have a major rally soon, or these people have bigger plans than what we expect, and exactly as we want to see. And that's why I'm feeling very confident today that we're gonna have a very strong reversal. Is this that the market now is in this complete disbelief, which this is exactly what we need. We need the market to believe that it's over, it's never gonna happen again, and that's what we need. We don't need the market to actually be calling for altcoin seasons and we're all gonna make it and we all are gonna sell in April and sail into the sunset. We don't want the market to think that. We want the market to think that it's not gonna happen for it to actually happen. Now, one thing to keep in mind as well when it comes to ETH is this 4k level, which ETH has been very sensitive to it, and whenever we go back there we break down, whenever we go back there. But keep in mind now we have tried to break above it 3 times this far. So because we tried 3 times this far, the next time we go back there is gonna be an easy way out and an easy breakout, because that's how resistances work and how supports work, is that the more we test them, the more likely we are to break them, because basically the sellers gets exhausted. Everybody that is interested to sell ETH at 4k sells there each time it goes there, so we lose them. And then once the price comes back at the 4th time, there aren't many anymore to suppress the price, and the price just goes straight up. We see as well the same thing onto the downside. So whenever ETH goes back down to 2k 500, 2k 300, we see a strong reversal back up, but this being so far just the 2nd time we go there. So we are likely to go back to retest the 4k, and this time it's it for Ethereum to start breaking out. Now we're even seeing Charles Hoskinson, which is the founder of Cardano, ADA. He barely actually tweets based on the price. He pretty much tweets like Vitalik from Ethereum, just about the tech and what's going on their blockchain, but this is purely based on the price action. So what he said is, to give you a sense of how big the upcoming bull market is for crypto, we just absorbed a downturn that was larger than the collapse of Luna or FTX, and have already nearly recovered 710 billion in losses and 740,000 traders liquidated in 24 hours. So basically what he's saying is that we are so strong that we should have actually dropped way lower than what we dropped to today. But thank God, and thanks to BlackRock and the ETF providers, they absorbed all the sell-offs from people that are not believers or people that think we're not going to have a bull market. They absorbed that, and we haven't seen as much of a brutal of a drop as we're supposed to have. So this was not really a brutal drop as much as it was supposed to be. Now, if it weren't for the real strength the market has these days, we could have seen actually the end of the bull market, but we're not seeing this yet. Now, one thing to keep in mind is the reason we've seen that much pain when it comes to altcoins is Solana meme coins, especially Solana meme coins, and ETH meme coins are gonna take over, and I'm gonna explain why. But Solana meme coins have been getting hammered, and the reason why they actually affected the altcoin sentiment is because most of the people were on Solana. Very few people were actually on the ETH chain, trading on chain, actually buying meme coins on ETH or even the base chain. Most of the people, especially retail, even influencers, even celebrities, even Donald Trump launched a meme coin on Solana. So everybody was actually on Solana. And since Solana meme coins have seen most of the drops, and most of them look horrible. Now, if you compare, let's say, Pepe chart, which actually is holding pretty strong compared to, let's say, Popcat, which charts looks horrible, and I do think Dex Screener should delete Popcat chart just so it doesn't scare people off. But this chart alone here shows the amount of pain the market is feeling, and especially the Solana meme coins, and the retail is actually waking up to that. And that is why I'm majorly, and since a long time now, since I've seen Pump Fund, I made it clear that I'm not touching Solana meme coins. I'm only touching ETH meme coins, and now the market is slowly waking up to that, and the market is going against Pump Fund, and the market is waking up to the fact that Solana meme coins are not good. And we're seeing slowly the market leaving Pump Fund, which tells me as well, as soon as ETH is gonna rally, we're gonna see mainly the rally happens within Ethereum ecosystem, within large altcoins and Ethereum meme coins for that leverage play. So that is very important. Yes, we're gonna have an altcoin season. Yes, it's gonna be very major and strong, and still Solana meme coins might still pump here and there, but most of the gains are gonna happen within either the newer layer ones or layer twos based on Ethereum and Ethereum meme coins. So even retail now is waking up to that. Aiden Ross, which is one of the largest streamers, and these behind him are the Solana cabal. Few of them you might recognize. Guy here, the blonde hair guy, is Thread Guy from Twitter, and this guy, you've probably seen him on YouTube. This guy, you've probably never seen him, and you probably see him just on Twitter behind an avatar. But Aiden Ross is one of the largest streamers on Kick, and pretty much most of the new generations follow him and follow his crypto advice. So we might want to listen to what these people are thinking.
Trump went off. Can I ask you a question? Sure. So, you know how Ethereum in 2021 peaked? It's because of NFTs, correct? We all agree? Yes. Do you think that Solana's peaking because of Trump coins, etc.?
It's something that hasn't even started. Yeah, it's something that you have to like.
What do you mean it has started? The biggest Solana coin just dropped, and that's what made it go to $300.
Exactly, just started. This month,
yeah, but
this year.
Who's bigger than the President of the United States?
So here he just said that the best thing that could happen to Solana already happened, like NFTs for Ethereum last cycle, and that launching a meme coin on Solana is pretty much the biggest thing that could ever happen on Solana, and he pretty much was spot on this. And then plus he clearly reveals that he holds ETH, and I do remember that he bought around $10 million worth of ETH last year, and now he still believes that ETH is the next thing after Solana, and that is a guy that has no knowledge, or basically limited knowledge, around cryptocurrencies. And clearly we can see through him what retail can think, or retail will be thinking now, since we're seeing this sell-offs on Solana and what's happening with Solana and Pump Fund, and retail getting wrecked with Solana meme coins and Solana Pump Fund. We're seeing that now very likely ETH and ETH ecosystem and ETH meme coins are very much next in line. So here he pretty much said,
Trump just made a tweet. I'm holding it. I'm sorry. You can't. This is like my last hope. If Eric Trump tweets this, I got something for you guys.
Because recently we've seen Eric Trump, which is Trump's son, saying that in his opinion, it's a great time to add ETH. A lot of people have now gained a lot of trust into ETH, and as we see now, retail as well is gonna flock into ETH, and a lot of capital is going to flow into ETH. Just as a side note to keep in mind as we are progressing into this cycle, as we are gonna start to see ETH breaking out in outperform soon, to keep in mind that most of my strategy now, or it has been since a long time now, since I've seen the outperformance clearly on chain, and what Solana meme coins and ETH meme coins do. Usually I notice that among every top crypto or every top meme, we have most of the ones that are above the billions are on ETH, and the ones that are Solana barely make it there and usually end up trending lower. So since then, basically I've been so big on ETH memes, but now we're seeing clearly that that shift is slowly gonna start to happen towards ETH memes and ETH coins, and as well blockchains, other blockchains than Solana. Probably Solana will still keep trending higher as the token Solana coin, but Solana ecosystem is slowly gonna start to die out or not see as much hype as we've seen previously, and that goes in line as well with the previous cycle, where we've seen in the first hype was basically ETH killers like Avalanche, Atom, and everything, Cardano, everything that said they were the next ETH basically. But the second peak was mainly NFTs and gaming and the metaverse and all that. So pretty much I do think we're gonna see that major shift from Solana memes towards ETH memes happening in this leg up of that market, and I do think we're gonna see this happening soon, and especially the recovery, as I just explained. We're probably gonna start to see the recovery on Ethereum very soon happen with all this major news that are going on, and especially actually true cold hard facts that BlackRock is buying up Ethereum ETFs, and that is very major. So keep that in mind. As well, Bitcoin ETFs, usually in the cycle we've seen Bitcoin money flowing into altcoins. Well, now we're seeing Bitcoin ETF money flowing into ETH ETF money, which in turn gonna pump ETH, which in turn is gonna pump meme coins on ETH and coins on ETH, which in turn are gonna create FOMO towards actually meme coins on ETH and other layer 2s or layer 1s and layer 2s on ETH as well. So keep that in mind. I do believe strongly that we're gonna soon see a recovery and a major bull market. Nothing has changed this far, and one real major catalyst to keep in mind is actually the rate cuts, and the likelihood of them actually changing their mind is very high, even though the market is still not pricing that in, and that's why we're not seeing the pumps yet. But anything that could come in the future, as little as some new data point that comes out like US unemployment or something, can shift the markets towards more rate cuts for this year. So keep that in mind, and thank you so much for watching today's video till the end, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.